Morning guys, Buckskin Dave here. Well, it's getting closer to the hunting seasons, and so I'm going to start working on my rifles. And as I've said before, we're going to start with the 25-06. I know there's a ton of you folks out there that love the 25-06 as much as I do. So I'm going to start working with it. And mostly I have most of my stuff made up. What I do when I at the beginning of every season, I don't know how many of you guys have ever had that one opportunity. And you know, hunting these days, with there's so many people out hunting, sometimes you may only get one opportunity. And if that opportunity turns sour on you, you might not get another shot. So I have had that first shot go foul on me because I didn't do my prep work. Although every time I do my prep work, my guns are usually right on because I shoot them a lot during the summer too. But I want everything to be just right. So what I'm doing, I've gone to this 117 grain bullet, which I really like for the 25-06. I still have this box here, and these are my loads on Federal Brass. And there's 2 rounds that have been shot here. Two empty cases, and I'm sure that's 2 deer that I have taken with this batch. These 120s, when I first built that Mauser action, that old Mauser action, into a 25-06, I shot these 120s. I couldn't find them 120s, so I went to this 117. Hear that? That's a problem. So I need to get some more 120s, but I have some loaded. Actually, I probably have plenty for the season loaded. And I have a bunch of 87 grainers here that I'm going to work with. And I used to use 4350. This is probably 4350 in these 120. But since I've changed, I've gone to 7828, and I run 51 grains of 7828 underneath them 117s. That's out of the book, and I'm getting 3,000 and change, and that's enough. So what I want to do before this next season starts is I want to load some more of these 87s, and if I use Varget, I can get 3,600 feet a second out of an 87 grain bullet. I'm thinking that might be a nice thing. I might get a little bit more because they test these in 24-inch barrels. So anyway, if you're interested in the 25-06, hang around. I'm going to show you a few things and that I do, and maybe it'll help you, maybe it won't. But it's going to be fun. So stick around. And don't forget to fill your cup up with some of that great Black Rifle coffee. Stick around. We're going to have some fun. Okay, so one of the things, if you're going to be loading, you need to start inspecting your brass when you're shooting. I usually will load a couple, maybe 1 or 2, and then test them. See what the velocity is, see what I'm getting. Then I'll inspect my brass, and I'll look for something like case separation. Here's a good example of it. It hasn't completely separated, but you can see the line down by the head there. And if it focuses, it should. I'll get out of here so it'll focus. There you go. Here's another one that did the same thing. And there's actually a crack in that black spot. So that, inspect your primers. And what's funny is this thing separated, but the primer didn't show any signs of excessive pressure. What I ended up finding with this particular one is the rifle needed to be re-head spaced and set back just a little. It was past the field section. You know, you have your go gauge, your no-go gauge, and your field gauge for acceptable headspace. Of course, once you get into the field gauge, it's not acceptable anymore. All right, guys. first thing I want to do is I want to check it. All my rifles I sight at 100 yards. Teaspoon, come here. So I'm going to just check these out. I've got a 150 yard gong, and I can also see, I could group on that plate. So Teaspoon, come. So I'm going to try this at 150. What I'm trying to look at to see if, you know, I have like a ½ inch difference than 100 yards or something like that. So I'm going to aim at the center of that gong. These are the 117s. They're going 3,000 and change. Okay. 150 yards, teensy bit low, which sighted for 100 yards, that makes sense. Let's try one more. Nice. Well, it's right on top of the other one. So she's grouping just right. I'm using a bench and a rest because I'm not trying to find out how I shoot. I want to see that the rifle is shooting where it's supposed to. And it's like that much. Okay, so that white rock that's right pretty almost in the center of the screen is where we're going to be directing our shot. I've ranged it with my Bushnell Fusions, 598 yards. This would probably be the furthest away that I would take a shot at a wolf-sized animal. So that rock, I've been out there, is about yay big. So let's see what we can do here. Okay, kind of sounds like it hit it. I had a puff of dust that looks like it came off of that rock. Let's see if I can hit it one more time. Went dang hit it, that's for sure. Cool. Okay, starting to get windy out there. All right. Yep. Starting to get a little windy out there. I've got a plate out there. This is 457 yards. I got to adjust probably a minute or so for the wind. All right, so here's our one of our 87 grainers. We're going to shoot it at 150 yards. I don't know if it'll hit that gong or not. The idea is to get a velocity, see where we're at. So I'm going to put her in there. Let's give it a try. She's hit the plate dead center. And we're talking 3350. So it hit the plate dead center and at 3350. We were aiming for 36. The primer's a little flat, but it's not bad. Doesn't look like there's any separation. So we might be okay. But that's probably 50,000 pressure. So I don't know that I want to go any higher. I think we'll either go down or we'll leave it alone. 51.1 grains of 4350 IMR. That's what I had those other ones at. And I was running 3,000 with 48 grains of 4350. So I upped it by 2 grains. Let's see what we got. Dead center on the plate. 32. Not bad. And you know what? It had a lot less pressure. I mean, I could tell just by the boot. Brass looks okay. Yeah, I like that. 33 is, I'm getting the same velocity, 33, you know, ish, and less pressure. What's not to like? I think I like that one the best. Okay, a lot of people laugh at me because of this PDA, but this PDA says that 450 yards I need a 6.5 minute of angle elevation adjustment. So that's what we're going to do. I fed everything into it. This is a Night Force program that's in here, and I only paid like 150 bucks for this PDA, and then the program's in there, and I put in all the information about my bullet and the climate and the temperature and all the conditions, and this is what it gave me. Like I say, a lot of people laugh at me. I'm kind of a dinosaur. Ooh, big surprise, okay? We know this. But this thing works for me, and it didn't cost me a lot of money. So anyway, let's go out and try it now at 450 yards, 457 yards, with this 6.5 MOA adjustment. Okay. Wind's kind of dying a little bit, so I'm going to try a couple more of these at 450, and I used the computer to come up with 6.5 minutes of angle of drop. So I went up to 7, back to 6.5, and with the wind dying down, let's see where it gets us. 450 yards. And here comes the wind again. Plate. That was the plate. That was dead center. 6.5. See if we can do it twice. Didn't quite hit center, but it's hit. It's in there. I think I pulled that off just a little. Anyway, that's going to be my 87 grain load. I mean, if I can hit a plate like that, 457 yards, and everything in between, 87 grain would be just right for wolf size. Coyote size, it'll be fine for it, but it's going to be hard on the fur. I still like my 117 load, and I just got to get some more of those, and I'll make up some more of those. I'll be ready for the season. So anyway, I'm Buckskin Dave. That's it for the 25-06 play day. I hope you enjoyed it. Stick with me. I've got some other rifles that I'm going to work with, and you're welcome to grab a cup of coffee and join me. So till then, thanks for stopping by. Have a great day. Bye-bye.